I'm in red form, in a red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual healthcare, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways, I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today we're going to be talking about a draft prospect that a lot of people think that can fall to the number 25 pick. And that's Mr. Jordan Addison. Now, Mr. Jordan Addison is a receiver from USC, about 6 foot, probably around 180, 185, close to 190. Very good route runner. Had a very productive season with Pittsburgh. The year before, he had only about 700 or 800 yards at USC. The following year, playing with the phenom of Caleb Williams. And a lot of people are not very as high as they were on him in the beginning of the draft season. So a lot of people are picking him to fall to number 25, where we will pick as the New York Football Giants. And so the question is Jordan Addison, can he be the number one receiver, a la the final piece to this Giants offense at number 25? Now, we've been having some heavy debates here in the Twitter spaces. Shout out to Stas, shout out to Mello, Deuno, E, everybody that be in the Giants Twitter spaces every day, chopping it up, talking about some Giants content with my brothers. Shout out to the Big Blue crew. We be in there as well. NYG22, Big Blue Lou, Joe appeared a couple of times, Miz. It's a lot of names I can name, but the debate has been is if John Michael Schmitz from Minnesota is there and Jordan Addison is there, who do we take? A lot of us say John Michael Schmitz, and a lot of us say Jordan Addison. This episode is about Jordan Addison. Now, can he be the final piece to this offense? And so I'm just going to name the offense with Jordan Addison on the field. We will have Daniel Jones, our franchise quarterback, Saquon Barkley, our franchise running back. And yes, you can have two franchise players on one team. Then you have Darren Waller. Then you would have Slayton and Campbell interchanging out. Then you have Hodgins. Then you have Wan'Dale Robinson and Shepard changing out. Daniel Bellinger. And then Jordan Addison on the outside, because I believe he would take on that number one receiver role for us. So we can have sets of Addison, Waller, Campbell, Hodgins, and Barkley. Or we can have Addison, Waller, Slayton, and Campbell. Or Addison, Hodgins, Slayton, and Waller with Barkley on the field. Or Addison, Wan'Dale Robinson, Waller, and Slayton. I mean, it's so many interchangeable parts that you could do when you add a Jordan Addison to this team. So I do understand the people that are beating the drum to say if Jordan Addison falls to number 25, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks you could take John Michael Schmitz over Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison brings very good route running. He's a lot tougher than people give him credit for. He's very savvy at getting down in zones. He just has a knack to get open. You can use Jordan Addison out the backfield as well. I mean, you can, and he doesn't disappear in the red zone like a smaller guy. How people say the smaller guys can disappear in the red zone. No, he's a legit red zone threat from anywhere on the field. Does he make this offense a lot better than what it is? Yes, he does. He can get off routes very quick. I think he can be I think he could be a Devontae Smith type that we have over there going against us with the Eagles. I think he could be an exact archetype, exactly what Devontae Smith is. I think he's a little bit bigger and he's a little bit tougher. Now, Smith may be a little bit faster, but Jordan Addison's no slouch. He's not slow. So if Jordan Addison is there at 25 and John Michael Schmitz is there at 25, you have to decide which player helps you out more as far as the offense. One player gives you the flash. He's the sexy pick. He's a receiver. He can give you the 1,000 yards receiving if he turns into be that number one guy that people think that he can be. He does allow you to run different sets in the offense. As far as a receiving core, he can line up in the slot. He can line up in the outside. He can line up in the backfield. He can absolutely be an absolute weapon for you. Just ask Kenny Pickett over there with the Pittsburgh Steelers when they played together at the University of Pittsburgh. Jordan Addison went absolutely nuts over there with Pittsburgh, and that system fit him a little bit better than over there with USC. And I think our system fits him very well. We can interchange him on intermediate routes. We can send him deep. We can send him on deep post when Waller clears out the middle, and Wan'Dale Robinson could clear out the middle, or Campbell could clear out the middle, or he can attack in the middle of the field if we have Slayton go deep and we have Waller go deep in the seam. I think it would be an absolute mismatch if we actually added an Addison to this team as far as the receiving core. Now, does Jordan Addison help out our offensive line? That's the point that I want to get to. That's the thing that I would have to have a serious discussion. I believe the clock is 10 minutes in the first round, 10 or 15 minutes in the first round. I will have to have a serious discussion of the cons and pros of each player with John Michael Schmitz and Jordan Addison. Which person helps out our offense more? Is our offense better with Jordan Addison on the field that gives us another weapon? Maybe we could get the ball out quick and he can make things happen more than what a Richie James or Hodgins or Slayton did last year. Yes, he can. Is he a better receiver than those guys? I think he is. But is our offense still going to be slightly predictable against the very good defensive teams like they were last year, like the Eagles, who can rush the passer with the best of them? And we're not able to stop them from getting pressure straight up the middle against us, forcing Daniel Jones to run out the pocket. How good is Addison to us if Daniel Jones has to keep running out the pocket and he has to run out the pocket towards the side that Jordan Addison is not there? You see, these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves before we want to pick the sexy pick. Would I be mad if they picked Jordan Addison over John Michael Schmitz? No, I definitely would not be. I would actually be excited. But we're going to have to come up with a plan in order to stop this pass rushes, the good teams, from getting immediate pass rush straight up the middle. Remember, we don't have a center. We only signed a center from Pittsburgh that was a backup, and Ben Bredesen is there. Can Ben Bredesen shore up the center of this line? Can Ben Bredesen call out line protections? Can Ben Bredesen get on double teams? I don't know. It's yet to be proven. He's not a traditional center. He's a guard. And maybe some fans are maybe tired of us not having a traditional center and will lean towards the Michael Schmitz pick. So that's what you would have to determine in my eyes of what would go on in that draft war room. Is Jordan Addison that much better of a player than John Michael Schmitz to where you would pass up on the need for a want? Because let's be honest, if we shore up this offensive line, can our offense still be pretty deadly with a Waller, Slayton, Campbell and Hodgins as the receivers, with Wan'Dale Robinson coming up behind them with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones? I think so. Now, can it still be good without John Michael Schmitz and having Addison, Waller, Saquon Barkley, Hodgins, Wan'Dale Robinson, Campbell, Slayton, Bellinger? Man, it's just weapons upon weapons upon weapons. But I'm going to end this video with this question. What is good with a bunch of weapons if you cannot protect your quarterback? If your offensive line is still giving up the most pressures in the league, if your offensive line is still ranked 31st out of 32 teams, will we head back down the same road that we've been seeing the past 5 years? So if John Michael Smith shores up that offensive line, is his value more valuable to the Giants than Jordan Addison? These are some of the questions that you will have to ask. I'm going to leave it up to the chat. You guys leave your comments in the chat. You let me know who would be more valuable. An offensive lineman that will shore up the inside of our offensive line, or another toy on the outside and Jordan Addison, another weapon. The sexy pick versus the boring pick. This might come down to what we draft in the first round at pick 25. This is what it might come down to. Sexy versus the boring. Want versus the need. Explosiveness, protection. This is what it's going to come down to, and Joe Shane and Brian Daboll, they're going to have a tough job here in this first round, man, because there could be a Nolan Smith, there could be a Jordan Addison, there could be a Zay Flowers, it could be a Deonte Banks, and then there could be a John Michael Schmitz. Do you take the sexy player and get the cheers, or do you take the boring player and accept the boos? That's what they're going to have to decide with the 25th pick here coming up in less than a week. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button. Shout out to all my members. Love all you guys. Thank you guys for talking your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and becoming a member of the Big Blue Crew. Your support has been great, man. You guys have supported the channel from day one. Thank you guys. But until the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
Brendan Rice furthest out. Williams pulls it back, and there's Addison, and there's the first.
Say they can finish each other's sentences. Caleb pulls it, gets it to Addison. Addison on his feet, and Jordan Addison will waltz. They're hoping it would fit into the recruiting profile. Easier to get the edge guys. He's got a big shot up there. It's Addison again. Can he stay on his feet? He does. Jordan Addison jumps.
Care of the football. Caleb Williams taking a shot, and Addison is wide open, and he's tracked down by Patrick.
And there it is, USC.
3rd and 15. Williams, a dart down the middle for Addison.
Scrimmage. Caleb Williams again. Winds up, lets it go. Caught. Touchdown, Jordan Addison.
This is a Big Blue Crew production.